Hello everyone, welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's preview, Stormers versus the Lions down in Cape Town at the DHL Stadium. And URC action is back in South Africa for the first time this weekend. At this stage, touch wood, hold thumbs, do everything you can that these games will go ahead this weekend without any issues. Not only the first games back, first games ever for the URC in South Africa, but also the first games major games in South Africa with the crowd in a very long time. So hopefully we've got two very good games to watch out. First of all, tonight we've got Sharks taking on the Bulls, and then tomorrow night in Cape Town we will have the Lions taking on the Stormers. And a couple of very big names back for the Stormers, a couple of interesting names back for the Lions as well. We're pretty much unchanged from the side that we're supposed to take to the field about a week ago. Before we look at the sides, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. We're over 10,000 subscribers, which is very exciting. Now we need to try and keep pushing and try and hitting even bigger numbers, and who knows where we're interested to end up. But in terms of the teams for this weekend, we'll start with the home side, which is the Stormers, who are very much bolstered by a couple of returned players from the box squad, especially in that second row. The front row is Brock Harris, Scurry Ntibeni, and Detlef Verscheer. They officially start life without Bongi Benambi, although they haven't had him the entire season. He has officially completed his move to the Sharks and is actually starting for the Sharks against the Bulls. So Scurry Ntibeni is now officially the number one choice at the Stormers. Andre Hugo Venter off the bench, very exciting player there. And Detlef Verscheer as packing down at tight head. No Steven Kitsoff, no Frans Maher, but still a couple of players who need to come back from the Stormers eventually, but they won't be involved this weekend. The second row is very good. It's Salman Murat, who was a Springbok tourist, as well as Marvin Orie, who's been with the box squad for the majority of the year. Salman Murat will captain the side, and it's a loose trio of Loney, Junior Pocamela, Vinny Engelbrecht, and Evan Ruiz, which has got everything I think you need. It's got power, it's got a good veteran like the Vinny Engelbrecht, it's got a good ball carrier in Evan Ruiz, it's got hard work across those three. And then something like Namaklaba to come off the bench, I think is the perfect sort of mix of variety of skills that you want within your loose trio. Stefan Ungerer will partner Mani Liebok as the halfback combination. They looked quite good together in the overseason. I think hopefully if it does stay dry in Cape Town, I think we can see some very exciting rugby sort of being generated from Liebok sitting in that pivot position. Siabelo Sanatla is back. He replaces Edward van der Merwe. He'll be actually playing for the Lions, so it's quite an interesting game for him to make his debut against his former side. The centre pairing will be Dan du Plessis and Ruan Nel. Sertal Peterson is back on the wing with Warwick Gelant back and playing some fantastic rugby. He was, in fact, voted the URC Player of the Month, the first ever URC Player of the Month. And he starts at fullback. Definitely want to try and sort of put his name back into the hat for the box squad. Off the bench, Andre Hugo Venter, Quenzo Blosser, and Lee Marvin Mazabuko will be the front row. Ernst van Rijn and Namaklaba will cover the rest of the scrum, and then Gotland Masimla, Rix Pretorius, and Tim Swiel covers the rest of the back line. In terms of the Lions, this is how they will line up, and it's pretty much the side that was supposed to take to the field last week. No changes to the starting lineup. Steve Toli, Jakob Vasaki, and Kari Sadi were packed down initially. The second row will be Ruben Skuman and Riyad Northnagel. And I'd like to see more from Ruben Skuman, who I thought was growing quite a lot in sort of the mid-year sort of part, with the British Irish Lions and the Rainbow Cup and stuff like that, was playing some very nice rugby. Kind of dropped off a little bit, but I think he's a very important player for the Lions, and he needs to start stepping up and playing, sort of taking charge, and he wants to sort of take on that enforcer role, so we want to see that this weekend. It's a very exciting loose trio as well. Jaco Kriel, Vincent Tutuka, and Frankie Horn. Hopefully all injuries for Frankie Horn and Vincent Tutuka's also had a couple, as well as Jaco Kriel, are well behind them after a decent month of rest, and hopefully they are all fit and firing. Fred Zeilinger, partners Andre Warner. Good to see a genuine fly half at fly half. Quite a lot of issues with the Lions there. No Jordan Henderson. Hopefully we'll see him in January or February. The two wings will be Rasmus Maklana and Edward van der Merwe. It's pace, it's X factor. You don't want to give any of those players too much space. And I think that arguably probably got the quickest wings in the country at the moment between those two. I mean, Edward van der Merwe has got a serious turn of pace, and Rasmus Maklana, I don't think there's a wing in the country who's faster. I think him and Maxima Pimpi would be a very interesting foot race. In the centres, Burger Undal captain the side. Next to want to see the Similane, and I'm hoping, I'm really looking forward to the development we're going to see with Similane in the coming months with Jacques Fourie as a mentor. And Eva Viljoen, after a reasonable, couple of outings at fly half, is back in the trusted number 15 jersey. Off the bench, PJ Buerta, Morgan Nordier, who's come down from the Pumas, and Jannie du Plessis will pack down on the bench. No Andreas Weekend is out with an injury, and Jannie du Plessis back just a few weeks after the tragic death of his 10-month-old son, so all our thoughts go out to him. But it's good to see him back, to be honest. I think it's one of those things where I think the sooner you can try and get back to sort of a bit of a daily ritual and stuff like that, it just sort of helps sort of getting your mind off various things. But Willem Alberts is also back from injury and will make his injury return this weekend. Ruan Australia, I thought was quite impressive on the tour. I think it was a bit of a turning point for him in the overseas tour in terms of being able to put his hand up and sort of say he's ready for this level. Morley van den Berg continues to be played off the bench. Matt Moore, the very exciting inside centre from the Pumas, and is playing against his former Union as well. And then Tiaan Swanepoel is officially back after that fractured cheekbone. A couple of injuries actually for Tiaan Swanepoel, and he's sort of now slots into the 23 jersey. Good to see him back, as well as obviously a big goal kicking option off the bench for the Lions as well. Let me know what your score predictions are down in the comments below. Both these sides will be desperate for the points, and I think that on paper you look at the Stormers side and you obviously think it is stronger, but there are still a couple of players in this Lions side who can definitely sort of battle with the best of them, and it should be a very interesting clash. In theory, the last URC clash with South African sides in 2021, unless they bring another game week forward for next week's example, which is not currently in the cards, but you never know what might happen because the situation continues to have to be very fluid given how the world is changing on a day-to-day basis. We will be live for this game. I'll be taking you guys through it, so come and hang out tomorrow night. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.